Alright, so here we've got some black Hebrew Israelites. You know, they're in the park. They got their bull horns out. And they're berating the white man, telling them that their women are going to be their slaves and they're going to die and they're going to kill them. And I mean, I don't know if you've ever heard some of their rhetoric, but it's really fun to watch. Now, here you've got your two 15, 16-year-old kids. And they're listening to this, and they've been pumped full of this narrative over the years of how they're trash for being what they are, and racist inherently because they're white. You know, so what are they going to do? They're going to have them get down on their knees and bow before the blacks. And you can find this. Just type in any search on YouTube, you know, whites kissing their feet, the black Israelites' feet, and you'll find these videos. And so I watched just enough of them to get the gist. And, you know, only somebody mentally enslaved would be able to do what these kids are about to do, which is, you know, to kiss the feet of these fucking thugs. And these are all thugs. Let's not get it twisted. I don't know if you know the ideology behind what they say, but a lot of these guys believe that they're going to be reincarnated as something else in the Hebrew Israelite movement. No matter what they do, they can be martyrs. And that's why they went up there in New Jersey and killed those Jews in that delicatessen. And the media didn't, it was not a peep. It wasn't part of the narrative. So, we see what happens. I have told people time and time again that all this black Hebrew Israelite stuff is a COINTELPRO plan hatched in the 50s and then implemented by the government, the Tavistock Institute and the Frankfurt School, and they were going to start back then in the 50s. Hey, we're gonna divide this country up. This country's too strong. This country's too big. America, Europe's too strong. White people are doing well for themselves. They've built up a strong community and they're strong. Well, what do? They started hitting us with pornography and gambling. And they started subverting the people and sowing the seeds of discord in the white race and in the black race. Every race. And why? Why? Because they knew they were going to take this place down. They knew they had to. If they want their new world order, they're going to have to. There can be no America. Not as we see it now. Americans strong. And we're all armed to the teeth. And you know, back in the 60s and 70s, we were pretty stout. But I've watched over the years us get weaker and weaker and weaker. And it's all by design. And I know you've all seen it too. And nobody can put a finger on how it happened and why it happened. But if you think back on all the movies and the countless stand-up comedians that did, you know, the funny jokes about how white folks can't dance, and just little jibs and jabs at us over the years, and it's become straight up, kiss my feet, you're a devil. We can't say a thing about what it is. We have white privilege and we don't know. We don't know the black man's struggle. We don't understand it. How could we? And they want their culture, but they have no culture. They tell us we have no culture, yet they live in the culture. Look at these guys. They're reading English. They're speaking English. We won. They're not speaking click, clack, click, clack. They're not speaking their home language, whatever that is. And they say they're African Americans. But you talk to an African, a real African, and they detest what the Western black represents. Laziness. And the inability to be able to understand common themes that are taught in schools and churches and the street corners. So that's what it's come to. And you can hear in the background somebody's doing something in my neighborhood, man. Whenever you hear that kind of thing, somebody in my neighborhood, I live with these people, I know. I don't my children are grown, so they don't go to these schools anymore. It's not like that. But I live ground zero, baby. I don't fucking try to run away from anything. Locked and loaded. Cocked and locked and ready to rock. So, but when I see these, it's just, people gotta watch. And they gotta understand. I want everyone to understand, man. I'm not a hateful person, but I'm tired of it. I think everybody's growing weary of all this. We're growing weary. being told how nothing we are and how trash we are and how we don't understand and how we can't get it. And I get it. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to make any difference, but we're going to try. So, you know what you can do is you can ask POCs, you can ask them, you could say, you identify as whatever, you know, an African American or a Puerto Rican American or this American or that American, but I always ask them, what about just straight up American? I mean, you look at the flag and you see our corporate controllers and the white face, you know, that the Zionists use to infiltrate and to blame later. You see that white face and you hate it. And you'll do anything, even use a white concocted, really Zionist concocted COINTELPRO plan to divide us even further. And you're going to do it. You're going to fall for it. You're going to fight. And look who else fell for it. The little white kids, they fell for it too. And they're going to get on their knees and they're going to kiss their feet. And these people wouldn't piss on these kids if they were on fire, after they lit them on fire. And we've seen that too. So just another video. I mean, like I'm saying, I'm just giving you guys just little tidbits of information, and whenever I see what kind of videos you guys want and what's popular for you guys, that's what I'll hit on. That's what we'll go in for a deep dive on, because I really do want to do some deep dives on some things, really get some stuff out there, and I really want to interact with my people. It's time for us all to get together. Let's do it. And I don't want to see our kids do this anymore. I don't want to see them bow before these fucking convicts and kiss their feet for something they had nothing to do with. Do those kids look like slave owners to you? Do they look like that in any way? I'm sure they're good kids, man. But they've been taught that they're scum for what they are. It's very sad. It's really sad. The whole thing is. But it also makes my blood boil. And we don't want that. We don't need that. So there it is. There's another little one, guys. Just keep doing these every couple of days, whatever. You know, keep in contact with me. Hit me up in the comments section. I appreciate everything, guys. Let's get it together.